Well, Ted actually stopped wrestling at 40 because of neck and back injuries, and he never really tried to come back, did he? Almost everybody tries to come back, even if they are hurt. Look at Shawn Michaels, but Ted never did.
He couldn't because of Lloyd's of London. When you claim Lloyd's of London, you got to pay him back if you come back to work.
Well, I think guys double-crossed that before, didn't they? You had to pay him back something, but not all.
I know Henning had to pay it back. I can't think of anybody else that collected Lloyd's of London. Bossman didn't come back. I mean, I'm trying to think of guys. Geez, there were so many guys that claimed it. Rick Rude wasn't able to come back. There were a number of guys that wanted to come back, but after you claim it, you got to repay it, especially if you collect it on a tax-free. The way it was set up, if you wrote off the premiums, you got the payment tax-free. If you didn't write off the premiums, you had to pay taxes on it. So, dumbass me, I paid all the premiums for 5 years, didn't write them off, and then of course they went bankrupt and I didn't get a dime. But I got my health. So when I was going to go collect it, my head, I had that inner ear problem, and that was the day I was going to go get my check for $750, and then I had 2 more come in, $500 a piece, tax-free. I woke up, bingo, and I was fine. I hit my head against the wall about 4 times, and I called my dad up from Louisville, Kentucky. I said, Dad, it's my head, the dizziness is gone, because I had that inner ear problem. He said, well, I guess I know that, I'm glad to hear that. He said, I'm going to get the money, Dad, for all this time off. He said, no, you're not. I said, you're not going to get that money, and you'll be, thank God you got your health, it's karma. So I never got it, but I got my health. And I'm here with you today to tell stories and have fun.
Is the $1 Million Man the best gimmick performer ever? It's got to be right up there with The Undertaker, right?
Well, I put Mark in a class of his own.
Me too, but it's close.
Yeah. Well, I'm not taking away from Ted, but The Undertaker, 20 years, man. I mean, come on. Think about it. I just don't think you can compare anybody to Undertaker.
Now, Ted was a manager after he stopped wrestling, Nate, and he came to WCW.
No, do you understand what I'm saying? It's just, I think Taker just sits there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Longer, I mean, what, 22 years? I mean, it's crazy.
Now, Ted...
On top. 22 years on top.
Ted came to WCW and became the leader of the NWO, but very briefly. And I thought he should have been the leader, period, for the length of the NWO, because it made perfect sense. If it's the invading army from WWE, then have the rich guy from WWE at the head of it.
Yeah, but that wasn't going to happen. The NWO was not run by Ted.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm talking about in terms of the gimmick itself, being true to what the original intent of the NWO was.
Well, the original intent of the NWO, in my estimation, as I've said before, should have stayed Scott, Kevin, Waltman, and Kevin, Waltman. Yeah, the 3 of them.
Hogan, obviously.
And Hulk, and Hulk, of course. I would have never expanded on it. But there again, I had nothing to say about it. I just think that I believe if they had kept it the way it was, the WCW might still be in business. So many things went wrong. They're putting too many people in, and once as proof that the Four Horsemen being a perfect example. Once you start to dilute a unit that is held in such high esteem as was the NWO, once you start to dilute that faction by adding people that nobody knows, it's kind of like, I watch some of the shows and I'm paying strict attention now so that I can commentate on and talk to you intelligently about the shows. I don't know who some of the people are. And if I don't know them, I look up who they are and all that and their background. But I'm sure that the wrestling fans, it was confusing why every week there was 2 more people coming out the door. From NWO black or black and white to NWO red. I was there and didn't understand it.